Hi, She Geeked On here. It's time for that long-awaited haul video. I know last time I did the food that I brought back from Canada. This time around, I'm going to show a few of the pieces of clothing that are very Canada specific. I went to a few shops. The ones that I bought things from were Roots, which is a Canadian clothing store. Started in 1973, and I always remember that because that's the year I was born. So anyway, it started in 1973, and it does kind of like casual and athletic stuff, but it also does leather goods. If you're in the market for a really good purse or some boots, or hiking boots especially. But basically I go for the athletic wear. It's always had comfy shirts, long-lasting shirts. I actually still have the Roots logo t-shirt I had when I was a kid. I still have that. I don't know how many times it was worn and washed, but that tells you something. I guess you could almost say like they're the Canadian equivalent of Nike, maybe? Not the running shoes, but the athletic wear portion of it. And then I also went to Hudson's Bay. Used to be known as just the Bay, and they have kind of retooled their branding and stuff. And now it's Hudson's Bay Company, and it's, you know, it's a department store anyway that's been around for ages. Actually, many, many ages, based on the fact that they now have some anniversary things out for, I believe it's 350 years. Anyway, I'll show you a couple things I got from there. Primarily Team Canada stuff, because the Bay is the primary sponsor of the Olympic team for Canada. So they have all the t-shirts and sweatshirts and hats and socks and sandals and everything. Anyway, here's the little video of some of the stuff I brought back with me. Quite honestly, I have no idea how these haul videos usually work because I'm not the fashion type. Seriously, I'm not even all that keen on shopping. But let's start with Roots. I've already explained to you what they are. That's their main logo. They've always had the beaver logo. When I was a kid, kind of like grade school into high school sort of thing, you had to have a Roots t-shirt. It had to be the Roots logo. Like, seriously, all these kids wearing beavers on their shirts. It wasn't a joke back then. It's still just a dad joke at this point. But anyway, we'll start with Roots. The one thing I was seriously happy to get at Roots this time was this, what do they call it? Quarter zip sweatshirt. The reason I was happy to get this is, number one, I really do like their logo. They have a lot of other stuff going on, but I really do like the logo. And it's in a purple, like kind of a mauve. They put a little label down there, Roots established 1973. That's kind of cool. But yeah, they have seldom had a color like this. They have some fairly basic colors, some trendy colors, but they seldom have a purple. This really made me happy. Plus, they were having an athletic sale for like, I think everything was 20% off for the athletic stuff that wasn't salt and pepper. So yeah, it was on sale. I also got myself a full-on zippered hoodie in black. I'm not sure exactly what they call this kind of black. It's not salt and pepper because the salt and pepper is actually gray with a bit of black in it. This is more black with just a touch of the gray in it. So they don't actually consider it salt and pepper, and it was actually on sale. Again, you get the little established label. You get the Roots logo, which is black on black, and in the video stands out more than it does in person. Also kind of funky, there's a maple leaf on the hood. I was really happy with this find. I like the Roots hoodies. I've got one that I've worn for years. It's looking a little on the ragged side more because it's been washed a lot, worn outside a lot for doing yard work, not because it's bad quality. So I was happy to find another zip-up hoodie that I really liked. Next up, we've got Hudson's Bay Company. If you've ever seen blankets with these stripes on them, those are specific to the Hudson Bay. They've had that stripe pattern, I think, since they've been established. Anyway, I thought this was a funky little tote bag. You know, plain on the one side, moose on the other. They had ones that were just plain as well. I also got this tote bag from the Team Canada shop. You know, plain on one side, Canada on the other. There you go. That's the Team Canada logo. And there you go with the little Hudson Bay logo up top. It's very subtle. Let you know where you got it from though. And because they were doing the anniversary thing, the Hudson's Bay, Le Bay d'Hudson in French, because you have to use both languages, the collection, they have the label on this one actually, Stripes, HBC. I got 2 of these roll-up classic blankets. I like these. They're great to actually throw in your car because of the roll-up factor. You can put them over your seats if you have pets in the car, or they're great for picnics, or of course just having in the house. But I love the whole roll-up thing with the attachment, so you can carry it easily if you're I don't know, bonfire kind of thing, whatever. But I got the one that's all dark colors with a bit of white in it, and the one that's the classic white with all the stripes. And their HBC collection was actually on sale as well, so I didn't have to pay full price for those either, because if there's one thing my grandmother taught me when she would take me shopping, it's never pay retail. I don't know about you, but I love little footy slippers. And the fact that these were like Team Canada little footy sock slipper kind of things. I loved it. They were on clearance actually. I don't know why they're getting rid of them already, but I guess people really didn't want them. But I'm like, hey, they got the maple leaf. I got my little socks. I'm good to go. And now to some of the really good team stuff. There were 2 main things that I bought. One was this short sleeve hoodie. I just liked that it's kind of like a terry cloth. See if you can see that. It's like a lightweight towel cloth almost. But it'll be great to wear with a t-shirt underneath when it's not quite cold enough for a full-on hoodie. It's got an O on the side, the maple leaf, the 350 from Hudson Bay, and Team Canada down here. Plus, on the back, we've got a fantastic Canada, right on the back of this hoodie. And even better, on the hood, sorry. Yeah, it goes for the Canadian jokes, but quite honestly, how could you not love that? And finally, the main reason I had to go to the Team Canada shop was what's being called the closing ceremonies jacket. When we finally get to those Olympics in Tokyo, this is what Team Canada is wearing at the closing ceremonies. If you know anything about Canadian fashion, the jean jacket is a key piece. I've had a couple of them over my lifetime so far, and it's been a long time since I've actually had one. So I was like, you know what? I have to get this one. Serious representation here. It's made by Levi's, so it's not like some no-name company making these things. Again, Hudson Bay Company, Team Canada, 64 to 2020. Hudson Bay logo, Japanese, Canada, the flag, Canada, the flag, the Team Canada logo in color this time, the colored rings, not just red. O, Team/Equipe Canada, maple leaf. And on the back is where we get the serious graffiti. We've got Tokyo, Canada, Team Canada up there. This is a fantastic jacket. If you're not sure about the significance of jean jackets in Canadian fashion culture, look up Canadian tuxedo. You definitely have to Google that one, and you'll see the classic look of a Canadian tuxedo. Anyway, that was the main part of my haul, of fashion anyway. One last quick thing I wanted to mention. I usually buy Canadian magazines when I'm up there as well. Because, I mean, first of all, it's Canadian news, Canadian fashion, Canadian cultural stuff. going on. Canadian living, pretty much like Better Homes and Gardens. You know, it's got the recipes, it's got some wardrobe stuff, it's got family stuff, it's got finance stuff. I don't even read Better Homes and Gardens here in the States, but once a year I buy Canadian Living when I'm up there. Toronto Life is the one I really like. I've read this for decades. I don't even know how long it's been out for, probably longer than I've been reading it. But it's very specifically Toronto. So I like to keep up with stuff there. And it's got a bit of that New Yorker vibe in the sense that it gives you all the activities going on for the next month, as well as current news and cultural stuff going on there. Some political stuff. It usually I think once a year they have a food issue, that kind of thing. So yeah, so it's got, if you're ever in Toronto or you're interested in visiting Toronto, I would suggest like going online to the Toronto Life site, looking up some articles, getting someone to pick up one for you or picking one up while you're there and flipping through it. Zoomer, just kind of like a general culture one. This one's actually really new. And I don't like buying it because it sounds too much like Boomer, and I'm not. But it's got a lot of very, I don't know, just Canadian stuff, Canadian culture. This one has the whole thing about Terry Fox, because look at this. It's the 40th anniversary of the Terry Fox run. And if you don't know about that, you should. It's a massive fundraiser for cancer research. And Terry Fox was basically a Canadian hero. Everyone knows him. Everyone in Canada knows who he was. So yeah, that's another magazine. And Maclean's is like, I don't know, I want to say like Time magazine almost. It's a Canadian news magazine. It doesn't have fashion and stuff like that. They usually do once a year a school issue about universities, rating them, etc. So that's a good one to get if you're into the more straight up news kind of thing. Maclean's is a good one. There's a couple more. There's a fashion magazine called Chatelaine, that kind of thing. So I always pick up the magazines too, and then I slowly flip through them over the next month or so that I don't go through them too quickly, because honestly, I just basically flip through them and then recycle them. So there you go. And there you go. Those are the clothes and, well, some of the magazines that I brought back from my time in Canada, my 3 weeks. And just remember, all that shopping I had to do in the final week. Although I did do it pretty much all in one day, except for the magazines. The magazines were spread out based on what grocery store I went to. They basically came from Metro, which is a grocery store chain, and Shoppers Drug Mart. Pretty much that's where I got them, because, you know, they're always, just like in the US, the magazines are always by the checkout. And so I was making sure to look for the ones I wanted. Anyway, those are the clothes. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be now that I've kind of covered all the Canadian stuff. I do have one in line for Halloween candies, showing you guys the plethora of what is available in the US and some of the things that might be different from other places around the world, perhaps. So if you have any suggestions for other videos, I'm happy to take them. I'm not saying I'll do them. It kind of depends what it is and my knowledge and availability of whatever it is. If you want more of my life videos, I'd be happy to do that. In the next week or so, I'm going to be showing you my new bathroom. I'm actually standing in it. That's the blue behind me. That's the color of my bathroom. There's been a full remodel. It was totally gutted and renoed and everything. So that's definitely going to be on the menu for a video. And I'll have to do some with my dogs. I have 3 dogs, in case you didn't know. And I'll definitely be showcasing them in one way or another at some point. But if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe so you know when I do post. Or you know, at least follow me on Facebook or Twitter. I think I'm on Twitter. Yeah, I'm on Twitter too. I'm not on Instagram, but I'm on Facebook and Twitter as She Geeked On. And feel free to follow and you'll find out when I'm doing things. I hope you're having a good one. Bye for now.